right, so we went ahead and did area models last time. We're going to talk about equivalent fractions now on our number line. So as you can see, I have two number lines here. The first one we're going to divide into thirds. The second one we're going to divide into sixths, right? So the tricky part is always making sure that you are able to see about a third of the way through so that you can get equal or pieces, or as close to equal as we can, right? Now, when I go to do my second one, I'm going to kind of use my numbers at the top. Because I want 6 pieces, I know I can go in between each of those big numbers to be able to get my 6. Okay? We always know that we start at 0, so our first number is 0. Our last number is 1, or our whole. Our whole also has another fractional piece that we should be able to know. So for thirds, I'm going to make it in blue. This is 1/3, 2/3, and then this is 3/3. Our whole is 3/3. Then I'm going to do green for our sixth. I have 1 6, 2 6, 3 6, 4 6, 5 6, and 6 6. So equivalent fractions on a number line are actually pretty easy because all you're doing is seeing if the numbers line up. As we can see, there's no numbers lining up between 1/6 and a third, but there are numbers lining up right here. So those are equivalent fractions. 1/3 equals 2 6. As you can see, there's no fraction across from 3 6, so it does not have an equivalent fraction. However, 2/3 and 4 6 are equivalent fractions. No equivalent fraction to 5 6, but voila! 3/3 and 6 6 are equivalent fractions because they're both 1 whole. All right, pretty easy when we use the number line because we can just go across from one another. We're going to do the same thing with these fractions. Again, I have 3 sets of numbers up here: halves, fourths, and eighths. So halves are pretty easy. I'm just going to divide this number line right in half. All right. I'm going to do the same thing. Let me put this in black so that I can do my numbers. So fourths, I'm going to divide it in half, and then each of those halves I'm going to divide in half. And eighths, even better, I'm going to divide just like I did before, but then all of those I'm going to divide in half again because I have to have 8 sections. So we're going to make sure we have our end pieces. Remember, our end pieces are 0 and 1. 0 and 1 on each one of those. 1 whole. All right. Now I'm going to plot my points. So I have 1/2 right here. And then this is 2/2. For my fourths, I have 1/4, 2/4, 3/4, and 4/4. And finally, for my eighths, I have 1/8, 2/8, 3/8, 4/8, 5/8, 6/8, 7/8, and 8/8. Again, all I'm doing is looking for fractions that line up with one another. So there's nothing that lines up with 1/8, but there is 2 fractions that are equal right here, which is 1/4 and 2/8. Nothing that's equal to 3/8, but wow, 3 fractions here. 1/2 is the same as 2/4 is the same as 4/8. Again, here we have 3/4 equal 3/4 is the same as 6/8. And then ta-da! All my wholes are equivalent as well. 2/2, 4/4, 8/8. all equivalent because they are all equal to 1 whole. That's equivalent fractions on a number line.